Mhm. How effective would you say that the school lunch program is at, feeding students who are struggling with food insecurity?
That's a tough question because I would probably have to consult with our food service director. He deals with it every day. But I would say that we're effective. We're very effective with the students that we know. So if we have a family who actually identifies that they need some level of support, I think we're really good at providing support to those families. The hard part of this equation is that's not all that need the support. There are more. So I think it's really finding ways for those kids that are reluctant to identify, the families that are reluctant to identify, and how we get to support them, because I mean, um, you know, we had a gentleman last year, actually at the beginning of the school year. He called up and said, how many there was an article in one of the local newspapers. I'm not going to identify the community, and there were students that had a bill at the food service counter. So if they had a bill, they couldn't get lunch because they owed money. Mm-hmm. We have students that owe money, but we still let them through the line. Okay? We had an individual that called and said, I don't want students to be without. I don't want what happened in this community to happen in Plymouth. If there's a bill for a child and they're needy, I want to pay their bill. He wrote a check for $5,000 and paid off every bill that was existing for any kid in the town of Plymouth. Wow. That had a bill at the counter. He wanted to make sure that we weren't going to, that just because a kid couldn't come back, the kid might have a $10 bill, a tab at the checkout, but that shouldn't be a reason why we don't allow them to buy lunch the next day. Because a lot of these kids, like I said, they could take the form home all day long. Doesn't mean that we're going to get it back. And why it doesn't come back, I don't know why it doesn't come back. But sometimes people don't want to identify that they have hardship. So, like I said, we're not going to turn away a kid. If a kid's hungry, come to that line, they're going to get fed. And our job is to make sure that we know who those kids are.